Hi guys, so another little video that I wanted to film for you was a dewy skin makeup look. This is kind of like my staple, my go-to look. I'm not a matte girl. I like a bit of luminosity, any skincare that helps me look glowy as well, I'm all over it. So I thought I'd film a dewy makeup look and hopefully you like. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'll link it below, and if you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know all my skincare products that I use for that extra glow and that extra hydration, so that when I do put on my makeup it does look extra dewy. So when it comes to a dewy skin look, it really is about your skin prep beforehand as well. So I always make sure I use glowy skin products, etc. So all I've done on my face today before filming this bit is pop on my Pixie Glow Tonic, so just general on a cotton pad, and then I've gone in with a Vichy 89 hydrating serum. That is it, that's all I've gone in with. The next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-moisturize my lips, ready for when I put a lip balm on or a lip liner. The product that I'm using, it's the Starskin Orglamic Overnight Lip Mask. It does say an overnight lip mask, but I love the texture of this so much that I just use this as a general lip balm. Probably one of my most expensive just general lip balms, but I do love it. So that is lips. The next product that I'm going to put on my skin, and this is kind of what I use every time I put my makeup on because it does leave like a moisturised dewy finish. It's the Kiehls Ultra Facial Moisturizer. I've had this bottle a little while, not long enough that I need to chuck it out. But I use about that much for my whole face and neck. Don't forget your neck as well, because when you go down to your neck, it can get quite dry. So just all over. I always use this as a makeup base. It takes the makeup really, really well. I'm just going to go and pop a little bit of product on my eye because, like I said, I'm not focusing on my eye today. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's my eyes quickly done. Like I said, I've done barely anything to my eye. Just popped a primer on and 2 shades, so base shade and then just a slight contour on the outside. That is it. So the first things first that I'm going to go in with is the Sephora Amazing Ilumminizer. So you don't have to have this bit in your routine. I just like a little bit of extra glow on the tops of my cheeks, the top of my lip, and you just pop a tiny little bit onto the back of your hand like so, and then just use a brush to pop it over the face. Okay, so the brush that I like to use to pop this on is the Ecotools Stippling Brush. I just feel that it just highlights the very top bits, so I'm not going to put this all over my face. I'm literally just going to pop it on my cheeks, here and here. And I'm going to pop a little bit in the middle of my forehead and on the top of my lip there. And you can already see kind of the luminosity that that gives off. You can leave this out, like I said, it's just kind of a little bit of an extra step for myself, just because I do really like it, and I pop some on my collarbone. Okay, so for foundation, I have quite a few different foundations. I've got ones from really light coverage all the way up to full coverage, and sometimes the full coverage ones do go a little bit matter. That's why when I want a real dewy look, I go for a medium coverage. The foundation I'm using today it's like my staple, it's my go-to, I love it. I've posted about this before. It's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Fresh. So it's not their Double Wear, which is the one that it literally sticks to the skin, takes forever to get off. This is their Water Fresh makeup. And this I find for myself, it just sits really, really well on my skin. It doesn't sink into all those little lines and pores, but it gives really good coverage. So I go in with a flat brush. So this is the Real Techniques, I think it's the flat foundation brush, and I just pick some up and I go from the inside of my face outwards. So the next step is I'm going in with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, nice and wet, damp, and what that does is it just pushes the product into the skin. And this is what you want when you want a dewy finish, is you want the product to stay there but still look really, really fresh. So you don't need to layer loads of products up. It's just really, really light, dewy, just my go-to look. So I'm just going to start by patting that through. And I always use the flat side. I just feel that this gives a lot more coverage. Okay, so next up is to conceal the imperfections. So you can see here I've got some little red marks still on my face. So what I use to conceal these is a varying range of concealers. So it's just kind of the best one that suits your skin tone, etc. So the ones that I use to generally cover blemishes is the Kiko Milano Skin Tone Concealer. This is in shade 03. This is like the perfect match for my skin. And the next one is the Mineralize Concealer from MAC, and this is in NC20. Again, it just matches my skin really well. I very rarely use the MAC because it's just more expensive than the Kiko, especially if I'm going to work. It doesn't matter what I use. But this is kind of the one that I use when I go out, etc. Especially for pigmentation, spots, coverage up. So today I'm going to use the MAC concealer. So what I do is I just pop a little bit on the back of my hand and I use my index finger, pick a little bit of that product up, and I just pat it over the imperfections. I then just go back over and blend it in. And because the skin's been really well moisturized, you shouldn't get any dry cakiness around the spot if it's dry. If you do, you can always moisturize before you do your eyes, etc. There you go, so that's for imperfection covering. I would possibly go in if it was a night out and I wanted this look to go in with a heavier concealer, so that's normally like a cream base, like the thicker consistencies. But because I'm just going to work, etc., I'm just showing you my everyday dewy glow face makeup. And I still want my skin to come through. I still want it to look like I've got like not age spots, but some sort of different colourings. I don't want it just flat, and that's why I love a dewy base. So that's all done. So that is the original kind of base down. You can go out like this, that's fine. It's entirely up to you. But I do like to kind of darken things up, just give my face a little bit of more dimension. But first things first, I'm just going to do my brows and then I'm going to come back to the rest of the face in a minute. Okay, and there you have brows done. So with regards to deepening up the skin on my face, this is a new product to me and I've only just started using it, and the 2 times that I've used it so far, I've fallen in love with this product. So you may have seen it on my Instagram already. It's the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. So it's the bronzing makeup. This texture, the consistency, it's just really creamy. You can see I have slightly used it, like I said. But this is just, it's so soft, it's so smooth, and again, because it's a dewy finish look, it just works really well on your face. So you will notice throughout this that all the products that I'm using are quite liquid based, or actually looking at them, they're all liquid based. So I've got a liquid blush, a liquid highlight. I'm not using any powder highlight or anything for my face. I will pop a powder highlight just on my brow, just because I find it tricky to put liquid highlight on the top of my brow. But this is kind of like, it's not a cream, it's not a powder, it's kind of like, I would say like a mousse type thing. So I literally just dab a brush in there, which I'm just using the Real Techniques contour brush, and it picks up quite a bit of product, but it doesn't come out really dark on your skin. So just be careful. When I swatched this, before I bought it, I swatched it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's too dark. Ugh, I've been wanting this for ages. I've wasted my time wanting it, etc. But then I popped a little poll up on my Instagram and everyone said it's such a good product, and it doesn't come out as dark on your face. It's a really buildable coverage kind of bronzer, just to kind of warm the face up, just make you look really healthy with a glow. So again, so I've got that product on there. So I always start out with my cheeks, so I'm literally just brushing it over my cheeks. And as you can see, it's not a really deep dark brown, it just gives some sort of like shadow, which I just love. It's just a really nice product. And then back in for the other side. And I always go around my hairline. I just kind of deepen the hairline up. And when you put this down, you can go back in with a beauty blender and just blend it out. It's entirely up to how you pop on your bronzer. It's just such a nice product. So you can see it's kind of sat there right in the hairline, and then you just buff it out. It's just really, really easy to use. It's a really nice product. It gives you some sort of glow. It's just kind of one of my favourites, and I just cannot stop using it. I just love it, and I do bring it quite far over all my face. It's just really nice. And don't forget, along the jawline, you're like a chiseled jawline. And it still leaves it looking really dewy. You can see the difference that has made just by popping it along the jawline and down in the contour of my cheek. It's not a harsh line, it's just sat really, really well. And like I said, you can always go back in with this. I go in with a pointed end and just sponge it through. If it's too harsh, it's entirely up to you. But I love the effect that the brush gives. And there you have it. So that's the bronze without a powder, and I always bronze with a powder since I got this product. Like this product, I just love it. Okay, so next up is blush, and again, not a powder product, it's a liquid product. It is the Rimmel Wake Me Up Cream Blush in shade 02 Radiant Rose. I rediscovered my love for this product. I just really like that it's a buildable product. So I just pop some on the back of my hand. I use my finger just to get some product, because you don't want it to go on really, really bright. Pop that on the cheeks. And this product is really good because you can build up with this. And you can just see that it gives a really nice pink sun-kissed glow. And you can put this on with a brush, it's entirely up to you. I just like popping it on with my fingers first, and then I can go and buff it through with my normal blush brush. So the blush brush that I use is the buffing brush from the Real Techniques. And I just kind of go over it and push it back up through. And then pop some more on if you like. Okay, so for highlight today, I'm going to use two products. I'm going to show you them first, both singly. This product here, I use this all the time. So this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, and it is in shade Opal. The consistency of this, the colour of this, I just love it. It's just such a nice colour. My hand is a bit covered in makeup at the moment, but it just sits really, really nicely. And I pop this straight on the face, straight from the wand, and blend it through. So just on the tops of my cheeks there, and just on the top of my lip, and a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. You can then go and blend that through either with your fingers like so, or you can use a brush. I do like to use my fingers initially, and then go in with a brush in a moment. So the reason that I have done this first, so you can see the glow that it gives. I'm about to now conceal my eyes. So the reason that I do this first is it kind of brightens up the outside of my eye there. So for the concealer, I'm using my trusted, my always kind of favourite. It's the Lasting Perfection. This is the last tiny bit in this tube before I start a new one. So pop that just through the eyes, and really lightly with the concealer, especially when I'm going for a dewy look. I don't use much concealer at all. And then to blend it out with the Real Techniques Complexion sponge. So what that will do is that it will pick up a tiny little bit of the highlight just here on the outside, and it kind of brings it into the eye, and it just looks really woken up, like really nicely. Okay, so that's originally done with this. So I then go in with my Miracle Eraser sponge from Real Techniques. I just like this to pick up any excess product and even it out. And it just kind of blurs everything really, really well. The next thing that I'm going to do is set the under eye. So this is the only powder product that I am using on my dewy skin look. I'm actually going to use a mini that I got from the Feel Unique beauty kit, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in shade Fair. I really like this. Would I use it often if I had it in a bigger size? I'm not sure. I don't know if I love it that much. I've got a lot of products that I love for my under eye. I love them. So is this going to make me change? I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, the more I use it, the more I'll kind of find out. So I use that with the Real Techniques setting brush. This is amazing for setting the under eye. And I'm just going to quickly go back in and pat that through, make sure I haven't got any creases because I've been speaking. And then I picked that product up and I'm literally just going to pat it through. I'm not going to drag it, I'm going to pat it through first. I always pat through first and then you can sweep. And it does set the under eye really well, and because it's got some sort of colour rather than being translucent, it does kind of brighten it more than when I use a setting powder. But I find that the concealer that I use anyway gives enough colour to cover the darkness anyway. So that is the only powder that I use in the whole of the Dewy Skin look. I would then go and use the same brush that I've just used to set my under eye, and just go around areas that you do want to kind of set in place. So I know sometimes I get lines here, so I will go and pat that through and set the lines so that it doesn't crease. With the same brush, I'm not picking up any more product. I'm literally just setting my laughter lines or my smile lines. And then you can pop it around the nose if you get like an oily nose. But that is it. I'm not putting powder on anything else on my face. Next thing, highlight again. So obviously you saw me pop down that original highlight, and that as it is, it looks really, really nice. It looks really dewy, it looks really natural. If you want to go for an added pop of highlight, I love the iconic London Illuminator. This is a like love-hate relationship with this highlighter. I go through stages of loving this. I'm obsessed with it. That's the stage I'm at now. And then some I'm like, oh no, it doesn't quite do it. That's why I always revert back to my powder. But it's really nice actually layered up as well. So pop this on first and then pop powder over the top. And it's really, really nice. With this one, because it is a liquid highlight, I do pop it on the back of my hand and apply it with my fingers. So I literally just pop one drop, maybe two. And that actually is a lot of product, 2 drops, so you can see there. So I'm just going to pat that through with my 2 middle fingers. What that does, it just has a really light pressure. And I'm picking up about that much product. Less is always more with this product. You don't want to go in really, really heavy first. So you can see straight away when I pop that on, you can see the difference straight away. So this is obviously for people that do want a little bit extra. I do love an added pop of highlight. And if you pop too much on, you can always go in with a Miracle Complexion sponge and blend it through. It'll just pick up a little bit of that product and you can see that there. And go in on the other cheek. I could probably have just done with 1 drop of this. And that just sits really, really nicely. You can see that sheen and that shimmer. I just love it. At the moment anyway. And you can, if you want, go and pop that on the top of the lip. This is probably my favourite place to use this, is at the top of the lip, because it does really, really highlight that Cupid's bow. So you can see the difference already. It's just a really, really nice product. Okay, and that is it for face highlight. I am going to go in and just pop a bit of highlight on the top of my brow bone. So the highlight that I'm going to use today just for the top of the brow bone is the NYX Illuminator. It's a kind of like a pinky tone, so it kind of matches the iconic London look, and it just goes just in there. And you can pop it in the inside corner if you like. It's entirely up to you. I'm going to just show you the difference with popping a highlight on the inside eye. So that is the difference. You can see it just kind of pops. It kind of makes your eyes look a lot bigger. I like popping a highlight on the inside of my eye, but just not too much. I find it can dry on the inside of my eye, and there you go. Okay, next up I'm going to go in with setting spray. I never do mascara before I do a setting spray. It's just what I've always done. The last thing you want is, if you get too much setting spray in, is the mascara running down your face. So I always do the setting spray first. I'm going in with 2 setting sprays today, just because I've been trying out a new one. So I always use my go-to MAC Fix Plus. I love this. It's so good. When I ran out, I had a panic attack. But luckily my mum bought me this for my birthday, actually, right before I ran out of my other one. So good healthy spray. And I always use something to fan my face. It just kind of helps the spray, should I say, set a little quicker, especially if you're going to go in with another one as well. It just kind of takes it all in. And if you want, you can go in and use the Real Technique sponge just to kind of press that into the face if you've got an extra bit of spray in a particular area of the face. Okay, so the next spray that I'm going to go in with is the iconic London Prep Set and Glow spray. And I received this in the Latest in Beauty CEW edit. And just look at that. Look at how dewy and glowy that is. Like, I just am obsessed with this. If it could stay like that all the time, I would have this on my vanity. It's just so nice. So I'm going in with this one. I've been trialing this one out to see if it is any better than my Glow Setter spray, and I'm kind of obsessed with my Glow Setter spray, so we'll see how it goes. A lot of people use this before makeup. You can use that before makeup as well, but yeah, I just love it. Ready? And it smells heavenly as well. It smells so good. And don't forget to spray your collarbone as well. It kind of just gives like a little bit of a shimmer to it. And again, back in with something just to fan the face. I always use like my Huda Beauty insert. It's just really sturdy, and it saves keeping a fan in your makeup bag. And that setting spray has made such a difference to the face already. So always use something with like a glowy finish. So like I said, I use the Glam Glow Glow Setter spray. That's kind of my go-to if I want a dewy finish. And then this is a new one to the collection. So we'll see how we get on with this, and I'll give you a proper full review on that. Last step. Last step. Last step is mascara. So I've been trialing out a new mascara and I am shocked. I don't know how I have not tried this mascara before. I've tried a lot of mascaras. You'll see by some of my Mascara Monday reviews, I've got a lot of mascaras. So this one was actually recommended to me by a friend. Whilst I speak about it, I'm just going to curl my lashes. It was recommended to me by a friend that had tried it, and she said, "Oh, have you tried it?" And I said no, and I think she was a bit shocked that I hadn't tried it. Because I have tried a lot of makeup and a lot of different products. So it is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Okay, so I love a product when I get it on recommendation, because it means someone that I know has tried it and loves it. I have used this once or twice before, and I posted about it on my Instagram when I first used it, just for like a natural makeup. And I am shocked by how good this mascara is. As you can see, I only got a mini to try. A, because I was trying to be good, and B, because I've got so many mascaras, I didn't want to open another one full size and then it dry out. So as you can see, I've already curled my lashes, and I always go in with a spoolie just to separate the lashes. It kind of does all the work for you beforehand if you separate them. That way it's like a dry brush, and you're basically, it's like you're applying mascara but with nothing on the brush, and it does make a big difference. So that is them separated, and I'm just going to quickly take a before and after picture so you can see the difference this mascara has, because it is such a good product. You can see how excited I am to even put it on, because it does really work. So that is the brush. It looks really big when I'm that close up. It's really not liquidy, it's just a really nice consistency. It's not clumpy, it's not dry. And I always start from the outside and go in, and it just goes on so smoothly. And what I love about this is that you can layer this mascara up and it just looks amazing. So that is one, like, look at the difference in that. That is one coat of mascara. It's insane. So that is the full with one coat of mascara. Okay, so I am going to go back in with a second coat. I'm not even going to double dip my brush. I'm just going to go straight back in and just use the other side. Look at that. Oh, I just love this mascara. It's probably one of my new favourites. And that is it. That is the look completed. I'm going to just stick a normal natural gloss on. And there you have it. That is the finished look. So that is the natural dewy skin with a slight contour with a new favourite product of mine. You can just see that glow from that highlight as well. I love it. And that is it. It's all done. Really light, not really heavy makeup. It is a real dewy look. So if you do love a dewy look, thank you for watching. If you are a matte person, this probably isn't going to be for you, but it's just one of my favourite looks that I love to go for. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe on my YouTube channel, and also if you like the video, give this a thumbs up. Thanks.